Hey guys, today's video is going to be a book review of Notes from the Burning Age by Claire North, which I read a couple months ago now, and I've never managed to get round to getting the book review filmed. So I've read about 18 or so other books since. Here's hoping I remember enough to actually be able to speak about it confidently. I will! For the record, I really enjoy Claire North's writing, under all of her different pseudonyms, and it's just usually a good time, so I may be a little biased, because I enjoy her work. Notes from the Burning Age is a book about the present, despite the fact that it's written from a dystopian future. The Burning Age was us. Our time of burning fossil fuels and polluting the sky and using nuclear power and all of the different things that just make us prosperous, make us great, but also destroy the planet in some ways. This book is set after the end of all of that, after the Kukui, nature spirits of some sort that take the form of animals, came up, they woke up and destroyed the Burning Age. Now, there are still people around, but they have to live very differently than they used to, which does not make it easy when there's some people who are trying to go back to the ways of the Burning Age. There's various technologies that are being rediscovered by people who've dug up notes, which are normally heretical, and the church, or whatever the equivalent is, it's been a while, it has to sort of basically go, no, we're not ready for this information. Stop it. And basically, progress is being stunted again. Except it's also being stunted by virtue of social ways are being manipulated to create control by the Brotherhood, who want a time when men were men and women were women and trans people didn't exist and that sort of thing all going on. Does it sound particularly real to you? Because it's a little bit too real, realistically. Our main character is Ven, a priest of sorts who ends up being a spy for the church in the Brotherhood, being a secretary for a powerful man that is, quite frankly, a genius, but also feels very hard done by his parents, well, his dad not being allowed to pursue passions and stuff like that would have actually brought back areas of the Burning Age, presumably. Ven has to basically make decisions about how far he's willing to go to safeguard the current version of affairs and how much he's willing to actually let the Brotherhood change. He really has to make decisions about what is the right thing to do. Should he let things progress the way that they were before? Or should he keep it from going anywhere? And it's all questions that we're really having to struggle with today. This book is far too timely. It's very, very real. Everything in this is very much talking about stuff that we as a society are having to deal with now. There's control of genetics and stuff that's going on in ways that, in this, they're basically taking away women's reproductive rights and stuff in a way that's happening in various places around the world now. We never learn, or maybe we do. Who knows? This book is a really strong story. It just covers so much. I want to know more about the Kukui. I want to know more about various things in this world, and the answers aren't in this book, but they don't need to be. Kukui in this they're soft magic. They are magic that you don't understand, and that's the point of them. Like, they are a world-ending threat that you get hints of and glimpses, and they are powerful and they're immense. You can't wrap your head around them, and you're not meant to. You want to know more, but you just can't. Like, they are just unknowable, and it's fascinating. I really I would love to have another book set in this setting, or an RPG set in this setting. That either would be great. In fact, I think there's RPGs that would work already in this setting. I think some of the Mistborn ones, or various other... There's lots that can work in this sort of setting. And the characters are great. There's all sorts of interesting stuff. I kept thinking that, realistically, Ven should have killed Georg very early on, and had many opportunities but didn't. But also, it made sense for the thing to happen as it did in a lot of ways. The book wouldn't have worked as well otherwise, but still, there's some bits where you're kind of like, you could have maybe made a slightly different decision there. There were moments where things could have gone very differently, but this book would have been about that much shorter. I loved the sort of little hints of the world that was, of the Burning Age. There's reference to Beyonce in here as being one of the great musicians. Like, it goes back to various like old ones, and it's like, oh, there was like Mozart and Walt and stuff like that, and Beyonce and various things, and there's bits where you're kind of like, they are clearly speculating on what we know now, but would not have been a thing in the future. So they have to work it out from bits and bobs of archaeology, effectively. It's a fascinating setting. One thing that consistently took me out of the story was the fact that the villain, his name is Georg, or Georg, or George. It's George, the name George, without an E at the end. And as anyone that's a denizen of the internet like me will tell you, there is one reference that will automatically come to your mind with that name, and that is Spider's Georg. Spider's Georg is an outlier and should not have been counted. And it fits. It fits the character in this book. He's an outlier and should not have been counted. There's so much good in this book. I really like it. It just covers a lot. It's in the same vein as 84K, one of Claire North's other books, where it's taking a look at a very different future than what we would normally picture. It's a bit dystopian, but also there's still good in that future, as opposed to the one in 84K where it really does, there is no good in that future. Just none at all. But this one, there's still good going on, and they both are damning insights of what is going on in our current world, of different aspects. And I think that they're both really strong books, and this one is, I think, the stronger one, but it's great. Additionally, I just want to say about the fact that there is a fair bit of espionage included in this book, and I have to say, I called it and then dismissed it initially, and then it turned out I was right in the first place. So I'm clearly intellectually superior, and you should all bow before me. Actually, I'm sounding like Georg, aren't I? Ha! So that's what I thought of Notes from the Burning Age. It's a really good book, very well written, very real, especially now. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this book. If you've read it, I would love to know, so tell me down there. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and that you remember to like and share it, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails over there to see other videos by me. Click on the link in the description down below to join my Discord, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!